Hi, I'm CrimsenOverlord, and wanted to talk about magical spell slingers, or magical gunslingers. All spell slingers are magical. Magical gunslingers. Um, so I was watching a video by Fistful of Dice, actually like a couple minutes ago, and it was discussing, how you would perform or how you would make a gun that uses magical bullets, and each bullet does something different. And there are two really good ways to do this. One is to make the gun part of the Spellslinger's repertoire. And by that I mean you build it into the class as an implement. And so they've got this gun, and then they are putting the spells into it themselves, either on a case by case need or ahead of time. Like preparing spells per day or whatever. They can prepare bullets that have specific spells, depending on which game you're playing, what system you're using. But you can have so that they're still a wizard, but they now no longer they're using it like a wand as an implement, and so they're preparing their spells through the use of the bullets, and that's how they're utilizing it in that way. The other way, which seems to be what Matt was talking about, is a gun that is not a gun that is inherently magical in the way it was designed. The craftsman and the enchanter kind of got together and made this gun as a team thing. Um, and so the way you want to do that is that's really relatively easy for making it that way, um, because then the gun itself is more, well, it's still kind of like a wand, but the gun itself has that inherently magical nature that anyone can pick up. So it doesn't even have to be a spellcaster. A rogue or a cleric or something could just pick up this gun and fire off the shot, to save themselves, excuse me, if necessary. And you do that by enchanting the bullets separately, and um, you would, I don't know, find a comparative level wand and decide how many uses it has, and then that's how many bullets you can charge or you can make for the same price or have buy for the same price with certain enchantments. And as for each bullet doing something different, then you would just, you'd probably buy like 10 or 20 magic missiles and 10 or 20 fireballs and whatever spells you're using, and then you would just case by case load however you want. But you would have to load if it's like an automatic weapon. If it's got like a clip or something like a modern day weapon, then you would have to know ahead of time what you're going to need them for. And so you'd probably just do an all clip of magic missile or whatever. But if you do something like a revolver or an old school musket or something, which seems more fitting for a fantasy setting, then you can load them in, especially with like a musket, because it only holds like one shot, so you can load that in as as you need it. Much longer reload time though. It'd be like reloading a heavy crossbow or something. It would just like take your whole turn. Uh, but with a revolver, you could be like, well, there's 6 bullets, and each one is different, and on a case by case basis, I can aim it, and I can you can easily select which bullet you want, which chamber you want to fire on a revolver if you're proficient with the gun. Obviously, if you've never fired one before, you're gonna fumble around with it. But if you're proficient with the revolver, then you can pop it open and spin the thing to the right slot, and then fire off to whichever one you want. And that would be kind of like your reload every turn, because you're firing off a bullet and then you're switching it and then you're firing up another one, and that would work really well that way. And I just wanted to share my thoughts on that.